If your ex watches their stories, does that mean they're secretly missing you, wanting to get back together? For the answer, watch this video. I'm Benny Lichtenwalner, and I help people get their exes back. And you might be noticing that your ex that broke up with you out of nowhere, that maybe didn't give you very many answers as to why they broke up with you might notice that they're watching all of your stories after the breakup. Now, this probably throws you for a loop because you begged them and you pleaded, and maybe you've even contacted them recently and they're not responding. And you want to know what's going on inside of them. Clearly, they're interested, but why do they not make any moves? Now, for an ex that's doing this type of behavior, typically it's going to be somebody that broke up with you more for stress coping reasons than anything else. And they're not breaking up with you because they're not interested anymore. They don't love you, even if they've said these things to you. They somewhat regret the breakup, but they're still insistent upon standing behind it. But they also feel bad because they do love you and they recognize that you love them, but they're just overwhelmed from life events, from any fights that you might have had, from not bringing up issues in the relationship and letting everything fester, from also any kind of pending escalation in the commitment in your relationship. So at the end of the day, they still love you and they're curious about what it is that you're up to. But there are varying levels of curiosity. There's the kind of curious where you look over at the side of the road and you look at the wreck as you're passing by and you're like, man, glad that's not me. And there's also the kind of curious where it's like, oh my God, are they going to meet somebody else? Are they slipping through my fingers? Am I going to lose them? Like, oh shit. But there's also everything in between those two spaces, okay? And so just because they're looking at your stories, it does not mean that they are in any way, shape, or form ready to get back with you, even if they miss you, even if they're thinking about you. A lot of times you're going to have to let their curiosity about you and let the fact that they're missing you kind of bubble up. It needs to sort of like accumulate over time. It's like a storm cloud. Now, eventually it will rain, but you can't message them just because they're looking at your stories, okay? What you need to do is wait either until no contact is completed, so it's different for everybody based on your situation, or when your ex finally comes and actually messages you. Now, if you want some help with your breakup, click into my profile, click this link right here, set up a call with me, and I'll hear your story and give you a plan to get your ex back. Or you can join my community where every single week we do group calls and you can access my course library and meet other people in your same shoes.